Page 14, Three Blind Mice. On this page, they're introducing you to the key of G major. We just barely got F major, and already they're changing key signature. I like you to be able to play in a key for a while and kind of get used to it, but John Thompson doesn't do that. You just immediately go on to another key signature. Okay, we can do that because we're good. G major. G major has one sharp in its key signature. If you look at the music at the beginning of each line here, there is a sharp in each staff. If a note were on that line where that sharp is, it would be an F. It simply means all Fs are sharped, and it doesn't matter where the F is. Any F in the piece is automatically going to be F sharp. You remember a sharp goes up? Well, an F is here. So an F sharp is here, it goes up. So we're going to play F sharps instead of Fs, and that's any F, anywhere. Now let's look the piece over. It's 2 pages long, it's 3/4 time. We got the F sharp, the sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G. You just have to memorize G major, the key of G major has one sharp. It's like the key of F major has one flat, just memorize it. It will come in handy later. Not going to help you out much now, but it will come in handy later, and it'll all start to make more sense a little later. It's all later. Everything's later. Right now, let's just deal with this piece here. This piece is 2 pages long, and you'll notice that the hands are playing at the same time. Now, when they do that, I like to first make sure I can do each hand separately, and then I go put the hands together. So I'm going to start with the right hand, and we're going to cover the notes and all that for the right hand first. The right hand doesn't play the first line. It doesn't play until the second line on page 14. And third finger is on the D here. So that puts the hand here. Except we have an F sharp, so it's actually here. Remember, when it's in the key signature, that becomes part of the hand position. So it's here. And it's D. Remember dotted half notes? They're the same as 3/4 notes. So in 3/4 time, a quarter note gets a count. Therefore, a dotted half note gets 3 counts. Hold it down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Remember B? It was a new note we had a while ago. And it's tied, so you get to hold that down for 6 counts. Oh, aren't you lucky? Let's go on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now you're going to hold it down for 5 counts. I don't like the way they did this music. This is confusing. The last measure on page 14 only, it seems to have 2 counts in it. Well, you notice at the end of the line there's no bar. That means the measure is not over yet. They continued the measure on to page 15. That first note, the D here, is part of this measure. It's the 3rd beat. I really wish they would have put it in the end of the measure there on page 14, included the whole measure together, but they split it up. All right, we can deal with it. So it just means at the end of 14, page 14, you're going to hold the B down for 5 counts here, and then you're going to lift up, because now we got to come up, the thumb is here, which puts our hand in this position. We just moved the hand. Of course, we do that a lot in piano, but we plan for it. I mean, these hand moves are not just whatever. We plan for these. So we were here. Now we got to go to here. There's no rest. If there's a rest, you can move during the rest. And that gives you time. There's no rest here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up, just a light lift up. And as we lift up, we're going to move at the same time. That's all. So you're here, thumb, and then thumb. It's what they want you to do. However, it's very common for me to change these fingerings because I don't agree with them. There's different fingering styles. Teachers teach different fingering. I teach a certain style I learned in college. I like it. I'm going to use it. You're a beginner, and a lot of times the fingering is simple for beginners. Well, if you're going to move the hand, that's not such a beginner move. So instead of going thumb to thumb, I don't like doing that. Sometimes we have to, but we don't have to here. I'm just going to reach up, just stretch out a little bit in your second finger, and a little finger on the G for the half note on page 15. So the first two notes on page 15 is going to be 2-5 instead of 1-4. This way it's all covered in one hand position. I just had to move out a little bit because you're not going to be in a nice neat 5-finger position all the time. You're going to have to stretch out, scrunch up, and all kinds of things. Well, we'll start. So it's here, now reach out 2, 5, and then on the quarter note G, then use 4th finger. And this is another principle of fingering. We take advantage of repeated notes to change hand positions. So I can use different fingers on a repeated note. I do it a lot. A lot of people do. So it's 5 and then 4. And now we're back to where they want you to be in third here. So going on with the F sharp, it's here. Remember the F sharp's in the key signature, all the F's are sharped. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like so. You work it out in the right hand. And then the left hand, when it comes in first, is here, so you're here. And it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. Don't see anything, a problem with the left hand there. Let's go over to page 15. You get a 1 beat rest, and then you're not, the left hand's not moving. You're still here. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Put the hands together. Well, on the first line, it's only the left hand. So I'm going to start with the second line when both hands play, and you're here and here. The hands are still on top of each other. Just come out here and get the thumbs out of the way. So you're here, 2, and then here, and then here. Got to bring the right hand up and get the left hand out of the way. That's a little awkward, but it's doable. 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. And when I play the D, the left hand comes up. These are together, and then these are together, and then the right hand's by itself. So you put the hands together, and then go back over those spots where you're hesitating, play them through a few times, and get rid of the hesitation. So it's a nice steady beat. Doesn't matter how fast you go right now. You can go slow, but it needs to be a steady beat. And once we can do that, then we can think about speeding it up a little bit. And how fast should it go? Well, it says lively at the beginning, above the stab, lively. It has to be your lively. That has to be accurate. Find the hardest part in the piece, like on page 15 here. There. How fast can you play that accurately? Not super fast, just comfortable. And that's how fast you take it at the beginning. So whatever that speed of that beat is, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what you do here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. The idea, and you play through the whole piece. When you're comfortable enough with it, no hesitations, then come back and play it with me in the play with me. We're going to play, that made no sense. I said that twice. Play with me in the play with me. Ugh. We're going to check and make sure you have all the right notes and rhythms. So you learn it, and then come back. The starting point of the play with me is in the description, and you start there. So I'm going to give us 3 counts because it's in 3/4 time. Now let's play it through together. You should be playing the same note I'm playing at the same time I'm playing it. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tie, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tie, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tie, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3, tie, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, off.